Yes, so good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be in the world. And thank you so much for joining this little community event. And I don't know about you, but I've been pondering this last week. You know, when you work for yourself, how do you go on a works Christmas do? You know, how do you have a works Christmas do when you just work for yourself? How does that actually work? So I'm just really glad that all of you have come to my works Christmas do, so we can all just have a little do together. So I wanted to put together something today that, you know, we learnt something from, we got some value from, things that we can think, oh yes, I've not thought about like things like that before. Maybe have a little experiential thing for us as well, because we spend all this time, you know, don't we, working with other people and helping other people, but it's always nice to do something for ourselves as well, and I think that's really important. So so nice to see you all, and some very familiar faces, some people I've not seen for a year or so, which is really nice. And I've been joined by a couple of special guests as well, who have kindly given me their time. Now I have got a little PowerPoint, and the reason I do a PowerPoint, it keeps me talking about the right thing and make sure we get through all of this in the right amount of time. So let me just share my screen, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yes, there we are. And I just keep letting people in at the same time. You know, this multitasking thing's not good, is it? It's not good. So yeah, I wanted to put a little get together for us all, but also to get us to experience something as well. So there might be things that you even want to write some notes down about, because we are going to share some, you know, really nice, good things with you as well that I think will help. And you all know me, or most of you know me. So, you know, known for the virtual gastric band, will follow me around until the end of days. Even, I think it'll be at the point of my funeral. Oh yes, she was the virtual gastric band lady, wasn't she? You know, but I do actually do other things as well. But anyway, so I'm going to introduce you. Some of you might know Claudia. So Claudia is based in North Carolina. She is actually English. She is the English hypnotist. And she became known for creating a process called the bunny process. And she's going to share a few little tips with you tonight. She's author of A Parent's Journey. Excuse the deliberate miss off of my PowerPoint slide there. And she does work internationally, both with adults and children. So a lot of what Claudia talks about, sometimes it's about working with children, but these things are equally things that you can work with adults as well. She's got a real passion about helping improve the quality of life for not only her clients, but for anyone who wants to create change in their lives. And I think that goes for a lot of us, doesn't it? You know, we want to help people make change in their life. But it could be tonight you make some change in your life, who knows? So welcome, Claudia. Thank you for joining us. If you could give her a wave.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we'll be hearing from you again very shortly. Some of you might know the one and only, who cannot know, about Bob Burns. So he's highly skilled, he's world renowned, he's based in Scotland. I will offer translation services if necessary when Bob talks. Bob makes me absolutely cry with laughing most of the time. Whenever I've met up with him, he's always made me almost howl. You know that point where you almost wet yourself, it's like that. But he's creator and trainer of the Swan technique. Some of you might use it, some of you might never have heard of it. But he's also an all-round good guy. He's one of the good ones. Works online with clients all around the globe. So I'm going to get them both. I've got them both to give away some techniques tonight. That's how good I am at talking people into doing things. So things they're going to go over that I want you to experience tonight, a bit of time for you, is you know, a powerful emotional intelligence model. That'll be simple, visual, easy to use, and your clients, and you will love it too. We're going to cover a fight, flight, freeze explanation that you might just use forever, and one that you can use with adults. If you work with children, the parents, everyone kind of gets it. So might be a few good explanations for you there. We're also going to have a live eye movement change process. So you'll be able to personally feel some emotional charge, but melt it in real time. So that'll be interesting, very interesting. We're going to cover off, what might be a structure for a really high converting consultation structure. Because, a lot of you know that, I'm kind of big into how do we market our services? But, we can market and get people to talk to us. But if we've got the conversion wrong, if we're not getting that consultation to change into anything, then hopefully tonight there'll be a way that you can make that work a lot easier and your sessions more booked. And I'm going to also cover a couple of strategies that might just help you with filling your diary immediately, which would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? That would be nice if we can end the year knowing that your diary is going to be full for January. I'm going to cover a couple of strategies for you that I think, and they're really simple, nothing complicated. I don't do complicated. So I'm going to hand over to Claudia to start with, and she's going to share with us her emotional intelligence model. So I'm going to stop the share on the PowerPoint. Claudia.
Well, I am, but I've also got my dog. It's my dog's turn. He's not panting, he's frigging barking. So I don't know why. Anyway, first of all, let's get the energy up first, okay? Because I'm all about the energy. I'm going to do this first, all right? And then you can all join me. So are you ready? Okay? My mind is still like water. My body is strong like a mountain. My heart is fierce like a lion. Rah! Okay. I don't know if this is allowed, but can everybody unmute themselves and do this with me? It is so much fun, gets the energy up, and then we are on point, okay? And I do this with a lot of my clients, including the ones with memory issues. So are you ready? Are they allowed to unmute themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, right. You ready? Are we all going to join in? Yes. Okay. My mind is still like water.
My mind is still like water.
My body is strong like a mountain.
Like a mountain.
My heart is fierce like a lion.
My heart is like a lion.
Okay, right. There we go. Energy's up. We all feel amazing, don't we? And my dog is still barking. I've had to tell my husband, I'm so sorry. Can you all hear me properly, though, or is he really noisy?
I can hear you.
We can hear you fine, Claudia. We can hear you fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Can everybody do me a favour, just for the recording? Now you've got your energy up. Can you just stick yourself on mute, just so it doesn't do the background noise thingamy going on? Thank you.
Okay. Now this is an emotional intelligence diagram. I got it from Beryl Coma. Okay, I've got loads of stuff from Beryl Coma, and I've made it my own. Okay, so I use this to help parents understand and take responsibility, and then they go, oh, it's actually me, isn't it? It's me that does it. So let me explain a little bit more. Okay, because this is very powerful. When you are doing this with your clients, they then get those aha moments, and then the parent becomes your client. So I'm going to draw a triangle at the top here. And this is the triangle of life. All right. And our mind is eager to learn. Our body is eager to get going. And our soul is brand new and shiny from Soul World. And if you don't believe in souls, then we can put self. Now, when these all overlap, we do a Venn diagram like this. You've got that little bit in the middle. When these all overlap, we have this wonderful thing called balance and harmony. And that is hopefully what we get when we are little, okay, before we're 5. And that is play, 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 Christmas birthdays, play, 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 Christmas birthdays. Not all of my clients get that. And it's very sad. And sometimes we will get people who go, oh yeah, I remember that as well. Yeah, I did. And I say, but however, no matter what, we all go to school. And then there's this awful thing called expectations, which leads to disappointments. Now, that is when we go to school and, you know, with the best will in the world, as I say, expectations as parents, we do have expectations. We have expectations that our children will do their homework, that they will come down when we call them for their dinner, that they will brush their teeth. And some parents, now this is the gold, some parents say to their children, why didn't you get the A star? Why didn't you make honour roll? Why didn't you make the football team, the cheer team? They did. And when I say that to my clients, they go, oh, yeah, I do that. Or they will often go, yeah, that's what happened to me. Or they go, no, I don't do that, but my child does that to themselves. And this is why this statement here is so powerful. Because when you have that understanding, then they get it. And it's all those little ching-ching moments inside them. And I say, well, and no matter what, it leads to this triangle. So we do an inverted triangle now. And that is anger, fear, and guilt. And the anger feeds the fear, and the fear feeds the guilt, and the guilt feeds the anger, and the fear feeds the anger, and the anger feeds the guilt, and the guilt feeds the fear. And it goes every which ways, okay? And my clients go, yeah, that's me. And it is so true. And that is a horrible triangle to be in. And all of our clients, most of our clients are in this, okay? And all anger is based in fear. If you go the below, all anger is based in fear. Fear of I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. No, I'm unlovable. No one will want to know me. And you will get your clients, they will then actually go, yeah. And they will give you their own sentences. Now you are getting to the nitty gritty of what is going on for them. And I say to them, it is my job to get you back to balance and harmony as best as I can. And we do this together. We do it through acceptance. And that is acceptance of yourself and acceptance of other people. Because we're not in control of other people. The only person you're in control of is yourself. Yes, they know that. Well, they've been told now. And then forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of other people. And then I say, however, I am not going to ask you to forgive other people. I see far too many people who have been abused. And there is no way that I will ask you to forgive somebody. I can get you to a place of indifference so that you can choose to forgive if you want to, because it's your choice. How does that sound? Yeah, that sounds really good. Because who am I to ask you to forgive somebody? But I can help people get to a place of indifference. Because letting go is what I am really good at helping people do. And I expect so many of you are as well. Helping people to let go. So that, and I say this to my clients, so that you get to do this. Moving on. And I underline it. That is your job. How does that sound? And they go, yeah, that sounds brilliant. That is such a powerful model to share with your clients. And it really helps them to move on. If you've got any questions on that, write them down on a piece of paper, because we're going to do questions afterwards at the end of our what we've been talking about. Because I'd like to move on to explaining this is what I do after I've done this one. I then explain this. And many of you will have seen this before. I got this from Carl Smith, okay? This is an expandable ball. And I say to people, this is like the amygdala in our brains, okay? And it's always looking after us. It's going fight, flight, freeze, fight, flight, freeze. And we need it to do that for us. Because, now I'm in North Carolina, so I can say if a copperhead slithered in here right now, I'd go like that. I said, we'll both jump up on our chairs or on the sofa. They're like, yes, yes. And then it's, so we need it so that we move. The person who's doing this, swaying in the car in front of us on a road, we go, whoa, and we hang back, all right? Because we're not going to overtake them. Because they're drunk, they're asleep, there's something wrong, okay? So we know that we would go another different route. And and I then say, so imagine, we love that word, don't we, imagine. Imagine we are in a bank and a robber comes in with a gun. We'd go like that, yeah? We'd all go like that. And then he smells of a really stinky cologne. And he grabs us by our shoulders. And he shoves us all in a tiny closet. And now we are trapped. Okay? Now, the police come. They take him away. Ooh. We're let out. We go back down there. But do you know what? We don't like being touched on our shoulders anymore. He anchored in fear. Okay? And then some of us might not like lifts, elevators. Some of us might not like aeroplanes. Some of us, if we're in a small room, might always have to have the doors open. And 20 years later, you could smell that stinky cologne and be going, oh, I don't like this. Oh. And you might even have a panic attack. And you have no idea what's going on. But the amygdala remembers why. It remembers everything. And we know this with our clients. The body keeps the score. It remembers things. Because when we are trapped, say we're all trapped in that cupboard. When we're trapped and our amygdala's open like this, so our adrenaline is flowing. Adrenaline is a memory fixer. And it's called an AMPA receptor sticks on the amygdala. So I say it's like a big blob of poo. Now, when I say it's like a big blob of poo, of course, and I get children who like that. I don't go into a big load of demonstration with children about guns and what have you. I just say something not very nice happens. It's like a blob of poo sticks on our brains, and that's not very nice, is it? So we'd want to remove that. To my more mature clients, obviously I can give more detail. So I say, so it's like a blob of poo sticks on here, and it's my job to get rid of the poo, so that when that thing happens again, you smell the smell, or somebody touches on your shoulder, you go, nah, so what? It's something, yeah, so what? And instead of going like that, because that is stress, that is distress. And that is what so many of our clients will come to us with. They are like that all the time. Well, so many of mine are anyway. And it's my job to get them back down there. Now, I'm not magic. I can't take the whole thing away. So say that feeling is like a frog in the throat. I can't take that whole frog away, but I can change it back into a tadpole or frog spawn. Because I will be taking off the poo. Okay? And as one of my clients said, oh, so you're the pooper scooper. Yes, I'm the pooper scooper. Isn't that lovely? So that is a really good way, and I'm sure you will all know ways of doing that as well. That is a good way to describe what you were doing, okay? Now, let's see if we can relieve you of some of your poo, okay? So what I'd like you to do now is to think of something that is like that is stuck on your head like a piece of poo, all right? And if you could be so kind, everybody, as to draw, I'm sure you've all got some paper there, and draw yourself as though you were a gingerbread person, gingerbread man, gingerbread woman, whatever you want to be, okay? So all of you, draw yourself a little gingerbread person. And I would like you can close your eyes if you need to just get inside and just find that thing that is like that frog in your throat. And when you notice it, I would like you to place it in your body where you feel it, where it is. And if you've got colours, brilliant. I always have my little crayons here. Oh, and the smell. Oh, I've naturally age regressed back to my childhood. Amazing, isn't it? What smell will do. And we all know that. So if I get a colour, because I personally often feel things in my throat, which is why I wear blue rings, because of the throat chakra. But yeah, I'm trying to find a brown here. And it's like a lump of poo in my throat, actually, sometimes. Okay, so you do you. It could be in your gut, it could be in your head, it could be in your hands, your legs. Just draw what it's like. It could be like that, it could be like that. I don't know. You do you. This is your thing, your body. You know what to do. And now, with that thing, I'd like you to notice what it smells like, if there is a smell. Has it got a sound? Is it spiky? Is it smooth? Is it lumpy? Is it rocky? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it tingly? Is it throbbing? I'd like you to write all of that out and put it on the paper. Now I'd like you to give it some emotions. Is it sad? Is it angry? Is there shame? Is there guilt? Is there fear? Or is it called scared for you? What is it for you? It's not what it is for me, it's what it is for you. Notice what you notice about that thing that you have for you and where it is in your body. And when you have that, and you've written all of that down, I'd like you to scale it for me, the significant units of disturbance or distress, whichever one you want to use. I use a ruler for a lot of people, especially my children. And 12 is the worst. I mean, we often know it's 10 is the worst, but I've got a ruler, so we've got 12. 12 is the worst, and 0 is nothing. And where are you with that thing that you have? Notice what you notice and write that down. Scale it. And now I'd like you all to sit with your feet firmly on the floor, and you can have your hands on your lap, and then just follow my fingers. I'm using the, you'll have seen the bunny gesture maybe. I use this because it leads to a story that with for my daughter, the bunny talk process. And that is a shadow puppet. It looks like bunnies, okay? And you'll see at the end why I do this. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is follow my bunny fingers. That's what I call, that's why I'm wearing this. That's the bunny fingers, okay? And just follow my bunny fingers and move your eyeballs all the way to the left and all the way to the right. And if my hand goes off the video, just keep moving your eyeballs all the way to the left and all the way to the right. And let it go. Let it go. Ugh. And make that noise in your own space. No one's hearing you. Just let it go. Ugh. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And shake it off like a wet dog does. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. That's it. Good job. Well done. Well done. Really good. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Good, good, good. Good job. Well done. I've got it. Deep breath in through your nose and out. And what's your favourite ice cream flavour? Okay. Do a pattern interrupt. What is your favourite ice cream flavour? How is your body feeling now? Notice how you feel now. And then I'd like you to scale it again. 12 being the worst, 0 nothing. And notice how that thing has come down. Now, for some of you, it may have gone up. Okay, that's okay. That means you're just associating it even more. Do not worry about that. Well, I never do. And because now we're going to do it again. All right. So feet on the floor, hands on your lap, and just follow my bunny fingers. And allow your wonderful unconscious mind to take the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding so that you can process it in a way that is safe and right from you, and putting it in the right place in your brain so that it never needs to bother you again. Good job. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Really good. Taking the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding so that you can process it in a way that is safe and right for you. Good job. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Bunny's got it. Deep breath in through your nose and out. And what's your favourite flower? And I don't mean Pillsbury. So write down your favourite flower if you want. Carnation, rose, whatever it is, lily, and daisy. Notice how your body feels now. Notice what you notice. And on your scale, 12 being the worst, 0 nothing, where are you now? Now, I can't check with all of you that that's gone down. So, because there's a lot of people on here. So what I'm going to do it one more time. And I want you all to notice, you will notice just some positive word coming in. You'll get a download. And it is often for people like it wasn't my fault. I'm okay now. I'm safe now. Let it go. So what? Or I'm amazing. I am worthy. I am good enough. So it's always a positive word that we would then again anchor in. So let me just do it one more time. And then if somebody is getting some positives in, can you put them in the chat so that I can feed them back to you? Okay, after I've done this next set of eye movements. So just keep following the bunny and allow your wonderful unconscious mind to take the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding so that you can process it in a way that is safe and right for you. Good job. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Taking the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding so that you can process it in a way that is safe and right for you. And putting it in the right place in your brain so that it never needs to bother you again. Good job. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Deep breath in through your nose and out. And what is your favourite bird? Could be a robin, could be a cardinal, blue jay, swan, could be whatever, wherever you are. Okay, and so I've got one word here. I've got confidence. Does anybody else get anything else? Just pop some words in the chat for me. Notice what you notice. Scale it again. Peace. So we've got confidence, peace. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Unstoppable. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. We've got nice. Okay, relief. All right. Excellent. Okay, we've got loads. Brilliant. Love it. Okay. So what I'd like you to do now, anchor I want you all to press your finger and thumb together. And if you do your anchors like that, then do that. So it's still like a bunny. Okay, positive. Lovely. You know your word. I'm going to say a few of them. We're going to anchor these in now. Okay, so just follow my fingers again while you anchor these states in. Are you ready? So confidence, safe, unstoppable, lighter, relief, positive, confidence, safe. Bunny gives you relief, positive, confidence, acceptance, blah, blah, blah. There's so many of you. Okay, now relax your fingers, look up above you and try and feel the feeling you used to feel. Notice what it's like. Notice what you notice. Most of you won't be able to get that same feeling back. Go back to your body. Change it out, cross those other negative words out, put your positive words in, change it out how it feels in your body now. Only you know what to do for you. Again, only had a short time to do it with you all. So I hope you all got some relief there. It sounds like we did. A lot of people got in some really good positive words. And I hope you all gained something from that. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Claudia. What I'd be really interested, I'm just getting a round of applause to Claudia. Well done, Claudia, thank you. What I'd be really interested in is seeing how good everybody is at drawing to what the gingerbread looks like. It's not very good. Oh, isn't it interesting? We've got a lot of throats going on, haven't we? I've never been. So Bob's a bit deformed. I don't think you need to bother about that bit in the middle, Bob. I think you need to bother about what that arm's doing.
Didn't find that funny. That's my Auntie Peggy. Thank you very much.
Oh dear. So thank you, Claudia. All really helpful. So now then, I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Bob Burns, and he's going to share with us his consultation process, I believe, after he's blown his nose.
Hey everybody. I'm not going to go doing my consultation process. I'm going to follow up what was written down for me, but thank you very much anyway. This is called a natural high converting consultation structure. So you've got to get That's a different thing. That's a whole different thing. Hi everybody, how are you? So before we start, we should do this because Claudia was talking about Beryl coma. We all got something from Beryl over the years, isn't that wonderful? And there's something I got from Beryl, and I showed it to lots of people as we did lots of things over the years. I know there's one or two people in the audience who've seen this before. A young lady from Chicago, certainly, she'll know about this. But I'd like to try this with you and see if this helps you to get involved in this. Is that okay? So if we do this together, we can build up the energy. So if you don't have a pen, don't worry about it. You can just use a finger, yeah? You can hold a finger up like that. So yes, well done, sir. Hold a finger up like that, and with your other hand, simply hold your tongue like this. Yeah, excellent. So I'm going to hold a pen, because I've got a pen, but I'm just going to use a pen with my finger holding my tongue. And just do exactly the same as me. As I said, shown to us by Beryl Coma. Take the pen, and hold your tongue, put the pen up in the air like that, or your finger, yeah? Excellent. Take it across, click it down, go onto your tongue, and push it through your tongue, right through, and you'll find that if it's in the middle, there's no pain whatsoever. Isn't that lovely? And Beryl told me that she actually got, you need to use your mother-in-law's tongue, Beryl told me, or it just won't work. But isn't that lovely? And Beryl, of course, gave me this. This is Beryl Connor's mother-in-law's tongue, which Beryl gently rips from her mouth after the lady had died, of course, because she's not a monster, Beryl. Yeah, she's not a monster. Okay, so let's get on with it, shall we, folks? Enough of this hilarity. So let's have a look and see where we are. I am right now based in Southampton, ladies and gents. We decided to come down because we had a couple of members of our family. My wife's originally from Southampton. A couple of members of the family were fairly ill, and we thought, and we're getting on a bit ourselves. We thought we'd spend our last days making the final move. We've moved several times in our lives. So I've had 5 different therapy practices, hypnotherapy practices over the years. By the way, I'm going to cough a little bit when we go through here, because the girls know I'm just in the middle of a virus myself, but I'll be fine. So I've had 5 different, and I mean geographically, therapy units in my life, if that makes sense. So I've had to start all over again. You don't get to take what you've got when you open up a new room 500 miles away. It's quite difficult. But if you know what to do, it really helps things happen. So a couple of years ago, when I made this last move again, I had to know what to do. And I'm going to share that with you now. I share a few of these things as if you were starting up a practice tomorrow. Because for me, wherever anybody goes, wherever anybody practices, whatever anybody learns, and any of the courses they go on, if they can't put bums in seats, it's all a waste of time. It's all about seeing the people. William Clement Stone said that's all the 3 things you need to do in this business or any other. See the people. And then he said, oh, by the way, do it now. It's a really important thing because people write down notes in order to see the people and see the people and see the people. And they mean to start next Monday. And before they know it, Monday becomes March. And they never get going, and they can't quite remember what it meant by that note, see the people, and so on and so forth. So I know how to make busy my unit, if you like, as we call it, several high converting consultation structures, because that's what this is all about, really, isn't it? In other words, we'll learn how to, here it comes, put bums on seats. It makes all the difference. I know some great therapists out there. You must know them yourself. They're seeing 1 or 2 people a week, and they've been doing this for 20 years. And that's okay, by the way. Some people only want to see one or two people a week, and that's fine. Well done you. God bless you. You're doing a great job. But most don't. Most would like to see maybe 3 or 4 a day, which I would call a full-time practice. 4 a day is a full-time practice for me. More than that, at my age, I'm 74, it's a killer. I can't do 8 a day anymore. I used to do that. I used to do 40 a week, and it was just too much. And I didn't know who they were. That's not clever. It's not good when somebody comes through your door on a Thursday and you don't know who the hell they are other than their name and a piece of paper. So I am a part-time therapist as we speak today. Right now in my life at 74, I'll be seeing 5 or 6 people a week, and that is just about right for me and my energy. Just about right. The rest of the time, hey, I play my little banjos and so on and so forth. So life is really sweet right now. But for what anybody wants, you can just plan it accordingly with this. So, in other words, how to get bums on seats. Well, here's 2 of my favorite ideas that I'll be talking about when me and the girls are together in January the 3rd. I'm going to be talking about how to run a self-hypnosis club where everyone becomes your client. Think about that. You run a self-hypnosis club where everybody comes along thinking they're joining to have a bit of fun, to learn self-hypnosis. But guess what? Everybody eventually becomes your client. And guess what happens after that? A fair percentage become your students. And after that, a fair percentage will become your students. They take up whatever you do and they train and they teach other people. It really is a beautiful thing. And as you'll probably know, you've seen it in writing, but it's a fact. It's probably a lot more than that now. But My Little Swan is trained by people in 85 countries around the world. I never meant it to be that way. I was looking for 6 people. It's just crazy. So it run away from me, which is beautiful, and that's fine. And I know lots of people who do that to this day, and they're way better than I am. I've seen them working. I think, wow, how did they get to be that good? And that's the way it should be. So that's the thing for me, how to run self-hypnosis groups. So, for example, I can have one up in Didsbury, let's say, and I get 18 people there on a Tuesday. And I've got another one through in Portsmouth, and I get 17 there on a Thursday. And before I know it, I'm up and running as much as I want, doing different things. But it's mainly self-hypnosis groups. It's just so easy to start. It happens for everybody. And of course, if you've done this before, you'll know naturally what happens with people involved in hypnosis. It's easier to do self-hypnosis than it is any other form of hypnosis. Now, I know there's people there getting ready to argue with me, but Bob, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. We mustn't go there tonight. Is that okay? It's going to take far too long. So that's one of my favorite 2 things to do. My other one, probably my main favorite thing to do is I've developed skills. A lot of people don't know this, but I have a really dreadful stammer, but I held it from my family for nearly all my life. I just had a way of hiding it. Imagine it, a skill in hiding a stammer. I just saw the movie I Swear. I don't know if you saw it. It's about Tourette's. Please watch I Swear. Go out and get it tonight. Book it tonight, and you will wet yourself with laughter. But it's based on people with Tourette's. I know a little bit about that. Mine is not Tourette's, but it's a form of Tourette's. Blushing is a form of Tourette's, and stammering is a form of Tourette's. It's a form of doing something you don't want to do. And my stammer wasn't the one that goes, it wasn't a stutter like that. Mine was nothing would come out at all. It was just hell. So over the years, I learned that, and I learned about my blushing as well. And I ended up becoming a pretty decent public speaker. How ridiculous is that? So when I talk to groups in average around the world, when I talk to them, I say, anybody here do public speaking? Would anybody here like to do public speaking? I can tell you that it's only about 5% of a room that will do public speaking. The other 95% don't. But when I say, would you like to? The hands, maybe 80% of them, 89% would like to learn public speaking. And I teach people how to speak in groups. I teach them in such a way that, are you ready for this? It's a dreadful claim. I hate claims like these, but here we go. It's impossible to fail. How about that? I teach people how to learn public speaking in such a way it is impossible to fail. Because I should say very quickly, I'm scripted. I've been scripted for many, many years because I'm a trained musician, I'm a trained mentalist, and I'm a trained magician. And I can tell you that these people here, all the best, for example, magicians and hypnotists in the world, are completely scripted. They're the very, very best. And the ones who'll tell you, go with the flow, you'll be fine. They've just no idea. Go and watch them work sometimes. You'll see they flop all over the place. But would you come and look at me and see that I'm scripted? No, you wouldn't have a clue. because I'm professionally scripted. And that means I don't read a script ever because I'm scripted. I don't need to. And I never use the same words all the time because I'm scripted. Scripted people don't use the same words all the time. They have the same ley lines. And that's what it's all about. So when it comes to learning this skill of how to talk to groups, it's a wonderful thing to go into a room and say to everybody, "Hi, how are you? Hey, let me take you back 10,000 years in time." And they look at you and they go, "Wow, the last speaker never said that." And then by the time you finish the story, they don't know that, but 90% of them have been pretty close to being hypnotized because I'm sneaky. I am using hypnotic language all the time. The way I hesitate, the way I modulate, the way I emphasize. And then that helps later because I'm going to ask him, "Hey, anybody here got a good imagination?" And we're going to play games like, can you imagine seeing a white horse? Can you imagine hearing a piece of music? Can you imagine feeling my hands on your shoulders right now? And the husband who's next to the wife starts arguing with her. What do you mean you see? What do you mean you see a white horse? There's no white horse here. They've been married for 50 years. He doesn't know how his wife works. You can see why he's absolutely no good in the bedroom whatsoever. But we mustn't go into that. Let's leave Andy alone. He's from number 36, by the way. We mustn't go there. And it'll be the other thing, of course, that the husband hears the music. His wife is baffled as to how her husband hears the music and she can't. But as a good therapist, for us to know if a person is clairvoyant or clairaudient or clairsentient, or any one of these olfactory or gustatorial things, we need that to know how we're going to talk to a client when we're going to fix them. And we get to do that by being sneaky, by playing a game with them, so we know whether they can see a white horse or not. It's not crazy. After that, of course, we have some fun and say, "Let's try something for a bit of fun, shall we?" And we do the old sticky fingers and the sticky hands and the heavy hand, light hand, and the hand clasped and stuck together. Not in order to hypnotize anybody, but for me to see who I'm going to be working with in 10 minutes' time because I'm sneaky. I should tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, that my family motto in ancient Latin is "Snicarios estas bestas." It's not a beautiful line. The Burns family motto is "Snicarios estas bestas." And all it means really is sneaky is best. It's not beautiful, but nobody knows, so we'll keep it amongst ourselves. And by the way, when this is finished, look at me. You won't even remember any of this. It's going to be fine. Okay, so let's just move along from there, shall we? So we've now had fun doing this with my audience while I'm doing a little talk for anybody. By the way, most of these talks are free talks. I don't want any money. I want to hand out my business cards. I want them to have loved the hour they've spent with me. And I want them to come to me and talk about that thing that we talked about. And whatever I'm talking about, they'll look at that thing in a different way, but it will be that thing that they'll want to talk to me about later. But at this point, now I'm going to say, "Hey, let's see who would like to volunteer. Put up your hands if you'd like to volunteer." Madam, I think it's you. Lady in the front, up you come. And she never even put her hand up, but she'll believe she did. And the reason why I pointed to her was because I saw her earlier and she was like that. And she doesn't know it, but she's been in hypnosis now for about 17, 18 minutes. So she'll be my volunteer. So my volunteers never volunteer. I choose them because "Snicarios estas bestas." Ooh, Latin. How cool is that? So after that, of course, I do a small demonstration and I teach everyone, anyone at all who's terrified of doing the demonstration of hypnosis, I teach you exactly how to do the demonstration where it just looks cool. They stick to the floor. The number 3 goes. They have no idea what their wife's name is, and they have no idea who their wife is. They believe they're married to me, and we've got 3 kids together, and it's good fun. I don't do any. I've got a couple of certain little rules that is just me. I don't do any farting humor. It's just me. I don't do it, and I don't do any orgasms. If you ask my wife, she'll tell you I never do orgasms. Never. It's just not right, is it? So, but I don't do anything like that because I don't know who's there in the room. They may be there with their neighbours. They didn't sign up to have an orgasm in front of their neighbours because I want to have a bit of fun. I'll make rude noises. So I never go there. Everything I do will be humorous. They could even bring their kids. They could bring their family. It'll be fine for them. So they end up having a great time. At the end of my demonstration, I ask if there's any questions, and where there's any questions or not, I then hand in my business cards. My business cards gets handed. I'll show you kind of funny thing I do. I show them the card. I say, look, I've got this business card. There's a wheel on one side and a wheel on the other side. And when I put it through my hand, nothing happens. I say, unless, of course, I throw some letters on it and I print it for you. And that's where my personal details come out the other side. Just like that. Just for you to take home with you. So I show them how to present a business card. Sorry about this, guys. I'm doing this into a small screen. But I show them how to present a business card in a way that they will do it forever. They'll never not present a business card. They'll go and start buying business cards again to hand out. I leave my business cards there, and then I accept my fee, which is a cup of tea and a biscuit. Very often they'll hand me a fee. It'll be in an envelope, and I'll tell them to put that into their Christmas due or whatever it is. And that's nice. It's nice to be able to do things like that, isn't it? That's not what I'm there. Excuse me. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there for bigger things. So that's how I will start. Two of my favorites when it comes to, highly converting consultation time. That's what I do. But my big thing in all of this is, outside that, is all about a form of it's a need to understand rebuttal formulas. That's the word I'm looking for. How to understand rebuttals, how to do what's called ice breaking. If I was anything, I'd say I'm a natural world champion beating icebreaker. I am great at ice breaking. That's all I have to do, just ice break. And I do things to ice break. And I've got lots of little things I'll do to ice break. So there's a need to understand rebuttal formulas where you get to ask your affirmative question. An affirmative question is quite simply a question that there is only yes as an answer. There is nothing else. They'll stand up, well, you smile because they're about to say yes to you. It's a case of when they want to say it. And then you say, well, we can do that on the Tuesday if you like, or it's Thursday better for you. Whatever. So I'll give you a little idea of that. I've got lots of stuff, but this is the thing I call dagger. It would be too long to go into the explanation for you right now, but basically it's do, ask, great. What do? You ask a question, you tell them it's great, and then you get to do something with them. I'll do it with you right now, just for a bit of fun. I'm not going to go through a whole swan thing with anybody. In fact, to save time, I'm going to be honest with you if I can. I never set anything up, ever. Sheila knows me fairly well, and I never set anything up. But just before you guys came on, and I mean really 2 minutes before, I said to Claudia, do you know, we've never actually met, and I've never done anything with you before. Is it okay if I use you just to do a little bit of my swan thing tonight? And Claudia said yes. So we're going to try and do that now. Is that okay? And see what happens. So if it doesn't work, that means that Claudia is just being venomous. It's just jealousy. That's what it is, okay? So, sorry, I had to get rid of that, folks. Get that out of the way. So let's see what happens with my darling Claudia. Claudia, is your mic on, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's try this and see what happens. I'm going to ask you, because I've got the people in this side overlooking your right shoulder, I can see your left arm. So it's necessary. I'm going to get you to use your right arm for me like that. Is that okay? Excellent. And when you do that, am I right in saying that I'm using my left arm in your screen? Is this my left hand?
Oh, I don't know my lefts and my rights. That's far too complicated.
Is this my left hand?
Oh, okay. Yes. No, that would be, yes. So that must be your left one, because I know that would be your right. Yeah. Go on.
Because sometimes the screens, it's like a thing goes like that. So put down your hand just now, Claudia. We'll do it in a second. So all I would do is this. I've been chatting to Claudia. It could be at a party or something. It could be a house thing. It could be an airport. I'm famous at airports. I love talking to strangers. We get into them for a while, and all I basically do is this. I say to them something like this. Claudia, this is before you became a hypnotherapist. Is that okay? So I'd ask a question and go work something like this. So Claudia, what is it you actually do anyway? What do you do?
Oh, what, before I'm a hypnotherapist?
Yeah.
I was a aromatherapist.
Fantastic. I can smell the smells right now. It seems fantastic. But let me tell you, the world is not perfect, is it? And the world that you're doing there with aromatherapy, does it pose certain challenges challenges itself that you would love to be able to handle? What do you think? Is there some things there that you think, if only it could be like this, yeah?
Yeah.
And if I could show you a way to handle that things that you just feel fantastic about it, we just go like that. If I could show you a way, is that something you'd be interested in?
Yes.
And let me ask you, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
So if you pull up your right hand and place it like that for me right now, could you do that for me? Now, all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to explain to you that this would be the shape of a swan, and I call this a swan. But it's not, I don't want it shaped like a swan. I want it just relax. I want the hand relaxed on the wrist, so it's like that. And as you see, it's just like that with the finger going out like that. It's not perfectly like that. It's just like that, yeah? So turn it around to face me. Excellent, and just leave it like that. All we're going to do is this. I'm not going to use any hypnosis or anything. I'm just going to talk to a part within your, let's call it your subconscious, and see if it wants to play. If it doesn't, that's okay. Sometimes that happens, but we'll see what happens just for a bit of fun. Here's the golden rule, Claudia. I don't want you to make me looking good. My ego is well enough massaged over the years. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. In fact, it's great for people to see Bob Burns fail. I love that, because a whole chunk of my life is failure. And I know that people say that in NLP, there's no failure, there's only feedback. That's nonsense. I failed hundreds of times with no feedback whatsoever. But I just wait a while and then something happens. You think, well, that's okay. So let's see what happens when I do this. I'm going to stop talking to you. And I want you to try not to pay attention to me, but just to see if this part within you through this hand can do something. Let's see. So again, I'm not talking to Claudia. I'm talking to a part within Claudia. And I want to see if you can control her right hand for me. I'm Bob, by the way. Lovely to meet you. And thanks for taking part in this. Oh, you're very, very keen. So I want to see if you could move, just move that finger for me again, but lift it higher for me. Is that possible? Excellent. And could you move a different finger? Is that possible? Try and move it. Well, you're going to give me the finger now. Love it completely. And no, so although you can move that fingers, let me ask you, what would happen if I asked you to take a hold of the whole hand and the whole arm and just turn it around like this towards Claudia's face? Can you do that? Do you have the ability to do that? That is absolutely excellent. And if I asked you to give Claudia a little wave, is it possible you could give her a wave? Try and do that and see what happens. It would be something like this. That's okay. Can you make it bigger and say a really nice hello? Excellent. And if you could turn that hand back towards me now, is that possible? Excellent. And again, if you could say hello to me as I give you a wave, could you give me a wave as well? Excellent. We're getting on like a house and fair. Now, guys, I'm moving at speed. We've set nothing up. I honestly told you that I'd like you to believe this for two reasons. One, because it's true. Two, because it just saves time. Yeah. So Claudia had no idea I was going to be doing this. That wonderful part within her is maybe aware of me. It knows how I work, and maybe even knew the questions I was going to ask. I don't know. But we could take this just a teensy-beensy bit further, but I don't want to. I think that's enough to have demonstrated what the swan would be, but I want to ask a question to see what happens. Is that okay, Claudia? Maybe something for later. The same part I'm talking to you right now, you can move Claudia's fingers and you can move her hand. I want to ask you, how would you say yes to me? Show me how you would say yes to me. How would you do that? Okay. So is that a forefinger for yes? Yeah. Okay. And how would you say no to me? Show me how you would say no. Middle finger for no. And if I asked you a question and the answer was that you didn't understand the question or you didn't know the answer, what would you move for that? Okay. So we've got a yes, we've got a no, and we've got I don't understand the question. It's great. We're doing great. Here's the question now. You ready? You can move her fingers and you can move her hands. Of course you can. But let me ask you. I'm not asking you to speak. I'm asking, do you think if you wanted to, you could? Do you think you could control her cardiovascular system, her throat, her mouth, her teeth, her lips, and speak to me if you wanted to? Do you think it would be possible for you to do that? What do you think? No, the answer would be no. And you know what happens every time that happens, folks? I do this just for the hell of it. So let me ask you this question. If I was to ask you to try, would you be happy to try? Yes. Isn't that interesting? So sometimes when we get a no, we can ask a question, see what happens. And folks, if you ever want to see me and Claudia again together in a room and be with us, you'll maybe like to come along and see what happens there in January, because right now I'm going to let that one go. I want to say thank you to the part that took part in this with me. That was great. And even you who've turned around and said, I don't think I could do that, but I've asked you, would you like to try? And you went, oh, how I go. That's really great. Thanks ever so much. I look forward to meeting you. So if you'd like to step back now and give me back Claudia, that would be great. Claudia, you can put your hand down now. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Once again, you find yourself fully clothed, just like before. Isn't that fantastic? I have to tell you, folks, you need to see the look in my patients' faces when I snap my fingers. After 40 minutes, and they open their eyes, and I tell them, and once again, you find yourself fully clothed. It's something worth buying. It really is. Anyway, so there we go. There's a one thing I would do. That's a thing. That's a dagger. I use as dagger. What do you do? I'm amazed. Do you have any goals? Would you like to try something? And I used the swan there. And I told you I'm scripted. And by the way, folks, all of that was a swan. But if I showed you the exactly the same thing again and told you it was a script, but you would not be able to see much of the similarities. It would be interesting. What I'd like to do is this, Sheila. You've got everybody in front of you right now. So if I ask for anybody, male or female, to put up their hands, if they'd like to be a volunteer to do one more thing before I let them all go, that would be great. So can I get a volunteer from anyone? I won't embarrass you in any way, shape or form. You'll love it. Anybody at all?
Did you say male, Bob?
No, male or female.
Oh, male or female. Okay, I was just scanning all the men. Can we have a volunteer? We have a volunteer. Yvonne, what a superstar. I'm just going to get you to unmute yourself, Yvonne, and I'll put the spotlight on you as well. There you are.
Hi, Yvonne, how are you?
Oh.
You need your microphone on.
Mic on. Okay.
There you are. I can hear you now.
I can't.
Oh, it's disappeared again.
Keep speaking, Yvonne. See what's happening.
Oh, is that better?
It's a bit low.
Say something else.
No, it's gone.
I think we're going to have to change.
Okay. So, sorry, but thank you. So Barbara.
Okay, let's try Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
I've got.
Have you done that right? Are we okay?
Yeah, that's it. You're the other way on, but it's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Hi, Barbara. How are you? Good. And Yvonne, if I don't want you to be disappointed, if you come back to me anytime after this, I'll give you a session just to say thank you. Is that okay? There'll be no charge. I hate it when things don't work out. I like to put them right. So, Barbara, what about you? What before doing hypnotherapy? What is it? Or even with hypnotherapy, is there anything in your life right now that really it would be just great if you could just change this, if you could make this happen, if this thing could just happen for you? Is there something you can think of right now? You don't need to tell me, but is there something you'd like to happen? And if I could show you something that would absolutely change that completely, just like that, is that something you would be worthwhile? You like to look at, yeah? Great. And let me ask you this. Do you know what this card is? It's very candid of you. Thank you very much. So look, and Barbara, do you understand what NLP is? Okay, I'm a master of NLP. How about that? And I'm going to show you what masters really know about NLP. Because what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go and talk to your subconscious, and I'm going to tell your subconscious what this card is. by the language I use, because Snecario says that's bestus, remember? And your subconscious is going to bypass your critical factor, is going to tell your consciousness what it is, and you'll be able to tell me what the card is without knowing how all this explanation came to you. That would be cool, yeah? So let's see what happens here. Barbara, I want you to play this game with me. I want you to imagine I take a pack of cards and I put them through the screen. You take the cards from me, you open them up, you notice the jokers are missing, I've taken them out, but you've got 52 cards, 26 red, 26 black, they're all mixed together, and there they are there in your hands. And suddenly, when I snap my fingers, half of them, 26 fall onto the floor, all face up. But Barbara, guess what? All the same colour. You tell me, what colour are these cards on the floor? Are they black or red cards? You say.
Black.
They're gone. You're holding only red cards, beautiful red cards. Half of them are hearts, of course, and half of them are diamonds. And you give away one of that suits to me. You give them away to me. Which ones did you give away to me? Is it the hearts or the diamonds?
The diamonds.
They're gone. You're left only holding my favourite suit, by the way, hearts. And I'm going to take the ace, the king, the queen, and the jack of hearts. Ace, king, queen, jack. And I'm going to ask you to pick two of these, ace, king, queen, jack, and put them onto the table face down. Which two would you choose?
Jack and queen.
Again, sorry?
Jack and queen.
Jack of hearts and the queen of hearts. Excellent, thank you. Now, you know where they are because you put them down. I never. So you know which one's to the left, which one's to the right. Can I ask you to imagine that you've picked them up and you're shuffling now like that without looking? It's speed, yeah? Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. So no, you don't know which one it is. But hey, what I'm going to get you to do now is this. You ready? You take the top one, you flick it up to look at it, and you spin it up into the air. And as it spins up into the air, you imagine it moving in slow motion. And you tell me for the first time, is that the jack of hearts or is it the queen of hearts? You say.
Wait, one of them is spinning?
Yeah. You pick up one card and you throw it and it spins in the air. Now tell me when you can see the card. Can you see it now? Just in your imagination.
Okay.
And tell me, is that the jack of hearts or the queen of hearts?
Okay. They're both up there. I need to get rid of one of them.
Let's take one back again. Your imagination. Let's get on the first girl. We'll do it without any volume. It'll be brilliant. Right. Okay, let's go again, Barbara. Right. So it's the jack of hearts, the queen of hearts. You take one. It's never happened before. I love it. And you throw it up into the air and it spins in the air in slow motion. And you look at it and you see it. And so you open your mouth and you tell me, and these lovely people hanging on like mad. What is it? The jack of hearts or the queen of hearts?
Queen.
And I catch it just like that. Now, here's the question, Barbara. I know you're highly astute. I know you're skilled. I know your imagination is rampant. It's wild. Are you gullible? What do you think? Is Barbara gullible? Do you believe that before this even started and before you chose the Queen of Hearts, I took the Queen of Hearts and I placed it in my fingers here? Do you believe that's true?
Maybe.
We can't have maybe an answer. We're British, for heaven's sake. You're a king. Do you believe so?
Yeah.
And because you believe so, we allow this to happen just for you. Isn't that lovely? And every time you've got this problem now, you think of this Queen of Hearts and the problem, it will just lift. As simple as that. You can keep this as a souvenir. I'll get it posted to you. The souvenirs are £45. It all goes to a charity for the little kids down the road who want bicycles. It's fantastic, isn't it? So thank you, Barbara. It was very kind of you. Thanks for taking part in that little thing. You can put me back on with everybody else now again, Sheila. That would be great. So, guys, I call this the card. I play this with clients. When you come and see what I do, and we do this live, I do it live in the room with you. And within 10 minutes, I show each of you how to do it. And by the end of the morning, you'll remember how to do it exactly right, that you can't fail. And I am telling you now, are you ready? Come back to me and give me an argument no one ever has in 50 years. You will use this every day for the rest of your life. And here we go. You will make people want to come and see you and have a session with you because of this simple thing, this wonderful, wonderful thing called the card. It came to me in 1973. Can you believe that? It's just ridiculous. So I'm a great believer, as I said, in icebreakers. Icebreakers are just my life. And I have thousands of icebreakers. In fact, last year I did a couple live sessions in Southampton, and people travel from all over Europe just to learn icebreakers only. We did nothing else. One went so well, we did another one within 2 months and it filled up again. So we're going to be doing some of these. They're really, really great stuff. I'll give them to you and we'll see where we go from there. So what did I say? All of this, all of it, it's all about the same thing. A natural, high converting consultation structure where we can put bums on seats because they want to be there. Thank you. Okay, Sheila, going to slide back to you now.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. I hope you've all enjoyed a bit of a giggle. There's things sometimes Bob says that I'm like... but Bob's absolutely right. You know, we can't do what we do if we haven't got any bums on seats. So we've always got to be a bit inventive. That's how we do that. And I'm going to share in a minute a couple of things that kind of might help in the now and in the future for you. A couple of ideas. But I just want to tell you, you know, we've decided, the three of us, me, Bob and Claudia, that actually, if we did something together, we could really set people up properly for 2026. And I think it's about starting the year with intention. I know right now you might be I'm a bit tired. You know, it's that run up to Christmas, it's that fatigue time, just want to have a bit of a rest. But I've always found, you know, if you do things that with intention, you know, to really start yourself off with the year properly and what you want that to look like for you, you know, it can make such a massive difference. So I'm going to very quickly tell you about this event that we're doing, and then I'll tell you these couple of strategies that I think you'll like for generating clients before we draw it for a close. So we're hosting a weekend on the 3rd and 4th of January. You can either come live in person, we're going to be in Birmingham, or you can join via the live stream. If you know, you are going to get the full Bob Burns, the Swan Unleashed. So, you know, you're going to learn so much from Bob. His icebreakers, how he fills his diary, how he uses tools, so he's got resistance with clients. And I'm sure everybody's already taken a lot away from Bob and can see the breadth of his kind of knowledge. Claudia's full bunny talk process. With everything, there'll be demonstrations, there'll be things that you can practice. You'll go away with 2 full programs. I'll help with your 2026 plan, so you can use everything that they teach you to really drive referrals into your business in 2026. And the reason we put this together is to get this triple impact. Rather than you having to do training, you know, how can we create a bigger impact and bigger momentum for you to start 2026? Because there's a massive difference between learning techniques and becoming the person who actually uses them and gets bums on seats and delivers this as a, you know, Bob said you might want 2 clients a week, I might want 15 clients a week. But either way, we've still got to get the 2 or the 15. We've tried to make it as reasonable as possible. I kind of priced it out, and if you bought all these things separately, you're probably into the top end of a £2,000 spend minimum. We're doing the full weekend for people for $395. Because, you know, we are coming into the Christmas period, you can secure a spot for £100. I'll drop the thing into the chat box in a minute. And if you're a member of my growth club, you know, you get a £100 discount instantly. We've also thrown in a load of bonuses. If you come in person, we'll do a little social the night before. Bob has promised to bring his guitar, so we'll have a lot of fun as well. So you're going to get the full bunny talk process. You'll get a mentorship call with Bob, which in itself is worth is gold for you. There'll be a private support and practice group, so you get accountability and help in the long term. You get all of those things. But you've got to book your place before the 12th of January. 12th of December, or just put your deposit down on it. I'm going to drop in to the chat box, hopefully with a bit of luck. If this works, yes. So that's the general page. If you are a member, though, of my Hypnosis Growth Club and you qualify for that discount, then you need to book in on a different link, unfortunately, because we couldn't get the tech to recognise recognise it. So there's two there to choose from for you. I hope you can join it. I hope you join us. I hope you can see what value there be for setting you up for 2026. You know, we don't want to go into January thinking cold dark nights here in the UK, all is quiet on the Western Front. We want to go for 2026 with absolute intention of what we want that year to look like, and hanging out with people who are doing it, you know, who are generating work, who can convert people, all of those things. There's so much that will rub off on you, I can promise. But very quickly, before we go to a few Q&As for people, there's a couple of things that I think might help you to what you could do right now and what you could do in January. And I think there's two things that you need, just two, so it's not massive. What we really need is a public magnet for attracting clients and a private magnet. Now, I don't mean magnets in terms of things that you do on the web. But if we were to look at a public magnet, how do we go out there and show the world what we can do, or make people feel something different? January now is a great time to be contacting presenters, radio stations, you know, a different way of people, you know, working on the New Year's resolutions. Generally at that time of year, radio presenters are looking for something. You can probably fill the spot. But sometimes it's just about naming things differently. So one of the things that you could do as a public magnet, I'm actually going to do two for a public magnet for you, is, now depending what country you're in, you will change the word of this, but what if in January, which is the lowest confidence month of the year, where people are feeling tired or guilty, or you know, they maybe want a reset, what if you could help people with your Great British Confidence Makeover, or the Great American Confidence Makeover, the Great Canadian Confidence Makeover? So we're going to kind of set the emotional context with this. What if you could give people a win in 5 or 10 minutes to flip their confidence? You could name the strategy and make it sound big. You know, if you think of people like Paul McKenna, who's just brought his new book out on confidence, and he'll get his little slots on television, he's not sharing anything that any of you can't do or couldn't do. But giving it a name, like something like the Great British Confidence Makeover, becomes very attractive for PR. Very attractive. You can adapt it for your country, you could adapt it for your city, you could adapt it for your group. And you offer people to rate their confidence before and afterwards. So we're getting a rating. And again, if you were looking at getting PR, they would like ratings. I mean, I can just see one of you on television doing this with a presenter and actually having a confidence gauge behind you. You know, a big like arrow. Okay, 0. I'm at 5 for confidence. Now I'm at 10 for confidence, because you're creating an experience for people that is emotional, it's measurable, it's fast, and it will create intrigue. So, you know, as hypnotists, we're about creating feelings with people. We're about creating the kind of aha kind of moment, or I've not thought about it like that before. You can do that for the press. You suddenly become the person that everybody knows about. You become known because you've given it a name. You've given it a name. You haven't just said, I do hypnosis for confidence. That's not the same as the Great British Confidence Makeover. It's not the same. So we've got to make it sound. So this doesn't matter if you've never done press and publicity before, It doesn't matter if you just do it in your own little groups. It doesn't matter if you do it at your town hall in a group and you get people to that. But this is kind of something where you are creating your public magnet. We've got to create a public magnet. There's other things that you could do this time of year. I think this is a year where, the kind of year where, nice give back stories work very well. Very well indeed. And how about if you created a calm station somewhere? Now, a calm station, if you want to tee up with a, you can make this as big as you want. You could tee up with a supermarket. In the UK we've got Tesco's and Morrison's, and they're all trying to get the competitive edge. All of them. They're all going to be rammed with people at Christmas with your trolley, standing in the massive queue to try and pay for it. It's a time when people are a bit stressed, aren't they? What if there was a little QR code on that trolley, the calm station, where they could just snap the QR code, they could listen to your recording. The reason it works so well is that people get to hear you, they get to understand what it's all about, they feel something, but also it's a great PR opportunity for that business that's allowing that to happen, because they seem to do something different for their customers. It would probably be a television piece again. You would probably get some really good coverage on it. You would become known for having done it. If you're not quite ready for your big boys and big girls pants on to do that and make it that big, then perhaps you could do it for the emergency services who are working over Christmas. There's a little calm station in their office and they come back in from a job, and that's your community give back. I was thinking about this time last year, I was going through one of the worst periods of my life, and I shouldn't even go there. I was going through one of the worst periods of my life. I was at end of life with my dad, and I got the call at 1:30 in the morning from my dad from the home to say, we think you ought to come. And I expected to go to that nursing home at that time in the morning and it'd be completely quiet, like everybody in bed, fast asleep. Oh no, they're all shouting, all the residents are up, the staff are running around like headless chickens, doing all the things that they have to do. And, they never kind of get a break, do they, those people? What if in the residential homes or the nursing homes, you offered a calm station? Little QR code that just links directly to an audio that sits on your website. Again, it could be something, if you're in an area where, certainly the residential home where both my parents were, and they are one of a collective, there's a number of them. And so, again, a great PR opportunity. What are they doing to help their staff? That's something different. All those people get to know about you. So that's something, a couple of think about what your public magnet is going to be. What's your public magnet? You then might want to think about your private magnet. Now, if you've been working with clients, you've maybe got a little list of people that you've seen over the last 2-3 years, then what I would recommend you do is get yourself some New Year cards and write a handwritten New Year card to them. Wishing them well, making them look into the future, hoping you're still doing well with such and such. Don't send it as a Christmas card because it'll just get lost in the melee of everything else. But a New Year card, that second week in January, it works on a number of levels. It puts you back top of mind with people who already know you. So they might think, I must contact her again. I've been meaning to contact that hypnotist. The other thing that it does is, people think, that's really nice that she's thought about me. We should care about our customers. We should do something for them. Maybe they'd talk to a friend about you. they create more conversations about you. You make them feel good and special. And you can always put in something like a little voucher that's 10% off services or 10% off a new year, new you, whatever your thing is. You could add that in as well without it being a big salesy thing. And I can almost guarantee if you keep in touch or get in touch with your past customers, it will generate referrals and new clients again for you. It works every single time. I've never known people send stuff out and not get anything back. And even if you didn't, let's think about it, even if you didn't get anything back, what have you done? You've just shown that you cared about somebody, and that is worth its weight in gold. So that's a couple of ideas from me, of things that you kind of could do. But, nothing happens until something happens. So, think about how you could give something into your community this Christmas. And you could do a little press release about it. You could, or you could just do it because you've done it. The other thing about a calm station is that all those people are going to give you their email address and you're going to get feedback on everything. And more people are going to know about you. They're going to have heard your voice. You're going to have created a shift in them. Who would most benefit from that? So Linda said, the two links are the same. Well, so they're not the same. They look the same. They look the same as over the same page, but they're not. When you actually went through to pay, it would be different. So I'm going to drop in. Okay, and then I'm just going to open up for questions. So that's a general page. The first one that's coming is general, fingers crossed. The second one, but saying that if you're in the Growth Club and you want to book on, just email me and I'll send you another link if it's not quite working. That's fine. So any questions from anybody? Thoughts? Barbara, just unmute yourself, lovely.
Yes. Oh. When did you use the swan? Like in what circumstances would you use that?
Okay. So the answer is every circumstance. Every client that I talk to, I open up with, "Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. By the way, are you left-handed or right-handed?" And as soon as you go up there, and it's it's an old line from the 70s, and it's called "throw the customer off their feet." Yeah, it's a dreadful line, isn't it? But it means do something they're not expecting you to do. So, "Hi, how are you? Fantastic, nice to meet you. Come in, grab a seat. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Great. Put your left hand like this, and we go right into it. And just trust me, it took years and years to get round to doing that. It saves time, and I've never had someone say no to me ever, and it ends up a fun thing. Is that okay? So forget about hypnotherapy for a second. Forget about hypnosis. Forget about being a therapist. Go away with that and have some fun and see what happens. That in itself will be lovely, and that's cost you absolutely nothing. It's just a great thing. But be prepared to sit back and see what happens next, because when the magic happens, it's just beautiful. Is that okay? Mm. Thank you for the question, Barbara. Mm.
Any other questions at all? Oh, gone backwards, move there. Aggie, did you have a question? Or were you just moving your hand near your keyboard? I thought she was like, oh, no, just run there, it's okay. If you have, just feel free to unmute yourself, just in case if I don't see you, put your hand up or something. If there is anything, do feel free to. There was a question from Claire, Bob, in the chat box. Bob, will you be covering what you taught us at the last weekend workshop at the January event, or are you going to be bringing new stuff as well to this, Bob?
Very nice point. And luckily, I remember that because I have a photographic memory. I was trained by a little guy. No, it's gone. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes and no. The answer is you can't dump stuff in case somebody wants to find out about that. But I've got just stacks and stacks and stacks of stuff. That last one we did, that last one I did, it was, I can't remember what it was. If you're talking about the last January, I have no idea. But all the workshop. Now, the good news is this: when you put up your hand and say, "I want to know about this," I will tell you about that. How's that work? We'll go. So stopping smoking, climbing poles, Ho'oponopono, anything you want, we'll get involved in. We'll have time. We'll make the time.
I think the important thing as well is that, you know, as well as kind of the fun and the skill set and all of those things that kind of build our confidence by doing, it's also having the plan. Okay, how am I going to actually do this in the real world in 2026? And that's what it's about. It's about the doing in 2026. So Aggie was typing, sorry. Local rescue services here in Aussie at the moment with all the bushfires. Such a lovely gift. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Hi, Sheila. Hi, this is Christina.
Oh, Christina, hello.
Yeah, I will try to make an effort to go there, but I need to know where the venue is going to be so I can book the hotel.
All right, okay. So I suspect. So we just got to get confirmation tomorrow. However, oh no, yeah, the venue you came to before in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what the hotel's called. My mind's gone blank. Crown Plaza.
Crown Plaza. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where it's going to be. But I'll confirm it with you before you kind of just so you can book the right hotel.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, be good to see you there. Okay, and so if you can't join us live, you can join us on the live stream. We have all the technology to make that happen. So I'll draw it to a close then for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Claudia, Bob, all of you for joining in, and we will see you soon. Have a brilliant Christmas if we don't see you before. All right, bye for now. Bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for
Merry
coming.
Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
friend me on
Merry
Facebook. Anybody, if you want to find more.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.